Michelle King with Michelle King Coaching and the Magicking Center. Thanks so much for joining me today. I appreciate you being here. I want to talk about power and facing your fears. So oftentimes this shows up as challenges, and I'm talking about real challenges, real things that scare you, and being able to face those aspects of oneself. So reminding you that whatever you see in the 3D, a person, a relationship, however that is, or a life circumstance in some regard. Maybe it has to do with your job, maybe with finances, or maybe, your relationship with yourself. So being able to position yourself in the center of it all and look at those experiences with curiosity and inviting this wholesome discovery of truth, so that you can realize and embody your creative power to heal, transform, manifest, inspire, and lead. And we do that by being able to sit in the fire, be able to sit in the darkness, be able to do that from a position of, again, this openness, this curiosity, this centeredness, this expanded level of awareness that allows you to meet those inner demons or beasts or shadows or, evils or, however that shows up for you. So I know for me, I resource my creative intelligence to ask, how does this show up for me? And I'll get an image or an impression or so forth. So that's my intuition I'm working with. So for instance, when I was working with money initially, it showed up as a witch. It was a money witch and it was evil, right? Ugly. I didn't want to look at her. And this is just an expression of the mind, right? And this was a way for me to be able to relate with money in a creative way in partnership with the field, to then start to bring consciousness to this relationship for it to evolve, right? So eventually, we became friends, and had an experience where it became light, and so that's an expression of. It took about a year though, for that to evolve. It doesn't mean that, whatever you're working with will take that long. It's really just your dynamic with it. So allow it to naturally unfold. There's no pressure in that regard. And it's kind of fun to explore. It's kind of like, dating, right? It's like you're getting to know these aspects of yourself and cultivate a renewed relationship, a renewed partnership, right? And in order to do that, we invest our time, our attention, our actions, our behaviors, right? All of that gets integrated to exalt the partnership, so to speak. So, another aspect that showed up for me, I'm just sharing this. I'm not sure how you'll receive this, so maybe this will be helpful for someone out there who's listening. But I have very vivid dreams, and one of them was a dream with the devil and these demons, right? And it was super real. Like I was in the underworld, and I was resourcing, these tools, the discipline of the mind, the exercise of my body, and alignment, right, with my spirit, right? So I was actually like navigating a training ground in my dream to meet this devil, and I was petrified. I was scared. I was like, I could feel my body shaking, and I had this like laser coming down on my head, and it was just everything. So anyway, he basically threatened me in this dream, and I was able to say, no, you are an aspect of mind. You are not separate from me. And so, I was exploring, my relationship with my inner demons, the evil in me, so to speak, or whatever the devil and the demons represented. But, it's like, if you can navigate these things in your dream, you can navigate them in the 3D. And so really this aspect of personal power is being able to see that everything in the 3D, whether it's in your dreams or, in your reality, are not separate from you. It's your relationship with it that literally and figuratively matters, right? So if you know that, no thing, no person, no place, no circumstances has power over you, because it is an aspect of you. You're able to soften that resistance and then really access that knowing, really access that wisdom within you that is guiding you in alignment with your highest good. So, when it comes to power, I think, for me, the pattern has been feeling powerless, obviously not protected, not safe, those kinds of things, maybe, from childhood or for whatever reasons, right? But it's like activating that essence within yourself so that you feel whole to navigate life however it shows up, because you have this soul connection, you have this integrated experience. And that's why the body is so important. That's why our relationships in life and our circumstances are so important, because every time they are aligning you, they are, inviting you for integration within yourself. So, if you've ever felt lied, manipulated, deceived, betrayed, inner conflict, struggle, challenge, all of those aspects are there for you to say, this is an aspect of me. How can I meet, merge, and move with this? This is the alchemical process of mastery that we go into in the, mastery and magicking process. So, all of this is really happening for you. I know I've talked a lot about the storm in recent, weeks or so. So you are also the storm. You are also paving your own way, right? In partnership with the field. So wherever that storm is going is in alignment with your vision, in alignment with your soul's call, right? So it's all happening for you. And where there's destruction, there is renewal. And can you stay open to that, right? And also open to the grieving process. So it's like, navigating the storm, everything that shows up from the centeredness of knowing you are safe, you are guided, you are protected, you are loved. And all while having the opportunity to reaffirm and integrate that within yourself in partnership with the field. So this is that aspect of trust within yourself. That's the consistency. Can you be consistent with your, affirmations, with your realignment, with your confirming of who you really are, the essence of your spirit? Can you be so firm with that within yourself? That's the consistency that builds the trust within yourself, to trust yourself, to navigate whatever shows up in life. And then faith, right? That's the aspect of partnering with the field. So giving this up to, your higher mind, the universe, God, source, however you relate with that, however you want to call it. It's this grander aspect of, the part you're in control of, but also being willing to let go of the wheels, so to speak, in a way that says, I've set my target. I know what I'm in alignment with. I'm very clear on that. And then staying open to allow the flow to move you, to guide you. That is your intuition. It wants nothing but the best for you. So keeping that in mind as you reclaim your power, it's already there, but our power is also in those shadow aspects. And so we don't want to resist it. We want to move into it. We want to meet it, merge, and say, okay, I see that this was something I was afraid of. Money, maybe, like for me, that money witch was evil. So it's like, you're not evil. You're an aspect of consciousness. Consciousness is whole, it's vibrant, it's alive, it's well, so there's no judgment of who should or shouldn't get money, so to speak, or have money. And it's this, total renewal when you can align everything with consciousness within yourself first. Okay. So be willing to meet those aspects that maybe you're afraid of. Maybe, look at yourself in the dark, be able to sit with that. And can you be that position of power, that position of love, that position of truth, that position of, like a parent, embracing those aspects of yourself, while at the same time, through that integration process, bringing consciousness to your choice and how you choose to align yourself, right? Because I know oftentimes too, we can consider power as overpowering or dominating, right? It's like if you're afraid to step into that power because you're afraid of what you might do with that, reaffirm it within yourself, what you know to be true about you, that integrity within yourself, right? Like you trust yourself, right? Because you've experienced it, you've developed that muscle within yourself, to align with that again and again and again. And the willingness to expand, the willingness to follow the flow of your life, the willingness to align with your intuition that is guiding you to inspire greatness within yourself and experience of life. Again, I hope this was helpful for you. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out at mkingcoaching@gmail.com. Remember to take a look at those soul immersion masterclasses. They are there for you. I walk you through a lot of these steps that I, again, kind of reiterate in different ways. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to explore. And one that really keeps surfacing at this time, it seems, is the one on valuing relationships, bridging breakups, breakdowns, and breakthroughs with the elements of transformation. That's that alchemical process, but resourcing the elements to support you in that. And there's a little preview for that, and you can have access to that if you go to my website at mkingcoaching.com. And again, those bridging breakups, breakdowns, and breakthroughs isn't just about, love relationships. It's also paradigms, certain circumstances, or aspects of identity that have hardened within you. And, bridging that is the integration, right? So anyway, if you have any questions, again, feel free to reach out. I support you wherever you are on the spiritual path. And again, appreciate you joining me here today. Remember, you are the source of your love, power, and truth.